All right, let's jump right in. We're going to talk about something I think a lot of us have wondered about. Why did that amazing diet your friend was on do absolutely nothing for you? It turns out the whole one-size-fits-all idea for nutrition is, well, it's pretty broken. The real key to success is a plan that's built just for you, and we're going to dig into exactly how to make that happen.
So tell me if this sounds familiar. Your friend is just glowing. They're raving about some incredible new diet. You get swept up in the excitement, you buy the book, you follow every single rule, and then, well, crickets. It's so common, right? And honestly, it's just plain frustrating.
And this is what it looks like, right? Your friend is full of energy, the weight seems to be just melting off. But you're dragging yourself through the day, and that number on the scale just refuses to move. So what gives? And let me just say, it has nothing to do with your willpower. It's all about biology. So yeah, that really gets us to the heart of the problem here, what I like to call the diet dilemma. For so long, we've been told there's one perfect, healthy way everyone should eat. But science is finally confirming what a lot of us have felt for a while. That's just not how it works.
Yeah, this slide really breaks it down. Think about it. Your body has its own unique nutritional blueprint. It's shaped by your genes, how fast your metabolism runs, your age, your gender, even how active you are day to day. Any diet that ignores all that is just trying to force a square peg into a round hole. It's never going to be a perfect fit.
And if you want proof that these cookie-cutter approaches fail, here it is. A whopping 80% of adults who lose weight on a diet end up gaining it all back, usually in just a couple of years. I mean, that failure rate is just huge, and it points a big flashing arrow right at the problem with these one-size-fits-all plans.
This is exactly why we need to flip the script. It's not about forcing yourself into some pre-made diet box. It's about finding your key, the personal food plan that unlocks lasting success for your unique body and your life. That's what personalized nutrition is all about. And when you find that key, man, the benefits are fantastic. You start seeing actual results, which feels amazing and builds your confidence. A personal plan can even help you manage chronic health issues. But maybe most importantly, you create changes that actually stick. You get to be in that 20% that succeeds, not the 80% that gets stuck in that cycle.
So the big question is, how do we do this? Where do we even start? Well, the first step is all about getting to know yourself a little better. Let's look at a few really practical ways you can start to figure out what your body needs. You know, a food journal can be a total game changer. And look, this isn't about judging yourself, not at all. It's about being a detective for your own body. Just by writing down what you eat and when you eat it, you'll start to see these patterns emerge. Like, I'm always exhausted after I eat that. Or, I always want something sweet around 3 p.m. That's your own personal data, and it's gold.
And here's something else to keep in mind. Your needs aren't set in stone. They change over time. As you get older, your metabolism naturally slows down a bit. So the diet that was perfect for you in your 20s might not be the right fit in your 40s, right? It's all about adapting as you go. Okay, so you've probably heard of the body mass index, or BMI. It can be a useful tool, kind of a starting point. When you look at it along with your metabolic rate, it gives you a ballpark idea of your daily calorie needs. You can find calculators for it all over the internet, but just think of it as a rough sketch, not the final masterpiece. It's a great piece of info to bring to a professional. And of course, gender plays a pretty big role too. Because of different hormones and body composition, men and women often have different needs after puberty. For example, women often need fewer calories in general, but might need more of certain minerals like iron and calcium. Then you've got the whole world of genetics, which is just fascinating. But you don't need a fancy test to get started. A really powerful first step is just to look at your family's health history. Are there things that tend to run in your family, like heart disease or diabetes? That can give you some really important clues. Okay, I know, this might be sounding a little overwhelming. Like, how am I supposed to figure all this out? But the great news is you absolutely don't have to go it alone. Putting together the right support team is a huge part of making a plan that actually works. Seriously, your first stop, your best first stop, should always be your doctor. They know your health history, and they can give you safe, smart recommendations on both food and exercise that are right for you. And if you want to get even more specific, a registered dietitian or a nutritionist is an amazing resource. These are the experts who can take your goals and help you turn them into an actual day-to-day plan. Your doctor can almost always give you a good referral.
You know what else is super important? Your people. Don't ever underestimate the power of having a good support system. There's a reason why programs with group support do so well. So let your family and friends in on what you're doing. Tell them how they can cheer you on.
Okay, this next one is so important, and it's all about being real with yourself. A diet plan is totally useless if it doesn't actually fit into your life. Like, are you a person who loves spending Sunday prepping meals, or are you someone who needs a go-to list of healthy takeout spots? Both are totally fine. Just build your plan around your real life.
And of course, we can't talk about nutrition without talking about its partner in crime, exercise. Eating well and moving your body are two sides of the same coin. And just like with food, the key is to find something you actually like to do, so it doesn't feel like a punishment. All right, so we've talked about understanding yourself. We've talked about building your support team. But what's the real secret sauce that makes all this stick for the long haul? It really all boils down to this one simple but really powerful idea. A diet that suits your personality and lifestyle will be easier to stick to and more likely to deliver the results you're looking for. See, when a plan is built for you, it just stops feeling like a chore. It just becomes how you live.
And that's really the most important takeaway here. The power is in your hands. So after everything we've talked about, what's maybe one small first step you'll take to start personalizing your own plan? Thanks so much for joining me today.